Hello, and welcome to the Office 365 weekly webcast for July 23rd, 2018. My name is Leslie Holt, and I will be your host today. On today's agenda, I'd like to talk about Office 365 progress for Health Trust. I'd like to review the Office 365 components and what it means for the end users when their accounts are migrated. And we'll need to go over a recent change to personal folders and PST handling in Outlook. And we'll review the next steps for the organization. As you may be aware, Office 365 account migrations have been on hold for the last 3 months. Prior to that point, we reached an 87% completion rate for Health Trust. So 87% of the end users for Health Trust had already had their accounts migrated to Office 365. If you've had an employee start with the organization in the last 3 months, their account will now need to be migrated. Please go to the Remedy service cards and submit a software request for their account migration. If that request is completed by noon, the migration should happen the same night. The end user will get an email from the corporate exchange team detailing when their account will be migrated, steps they need to take once migration has been completed, and also links to some online training. Now, as a review, let's talk about Office 365 and the components. There are two pieces to the Office 365 migrations, and the first part of that is your Outlook email inbox. And with your migration comes increased storage to 100 gigabytes. So we're moving email accounts from on-premise physical servers into cloud storage. And that allows us to give the end user 100 gigabytes of inbox storage, which brings with it a couple of distinct advantages. The first of those is you can import all of your PST files under your inbox structure and they become portable. So if you have a device such as an iPad or an iPhone or an Android that gets company email, once you import your personal folders under that inbox structure, they'll be portable with you across any of your devices. This is a really nice feature for our heavy travelers within the Health Trust organization. Another advantage to the email inbox moving into the cloud and moving to Office 365 is it will be backed up to the cloud. So we no longer have to worry about losing years of personal folder data that was stored locally on a hard drive, because these files will be moved under your inbox and they'll now be backed up to the cloud. The second aspect to an Office 365 migration is access to your personal OneDrive directory. And when your account is migrated, as I said, you'll get an email letting you know what you need to do to set up that personal OneDrive account after your migration is complete. And OneDrive has 1 terabyte of file storage for the end user. It creates another directory that you'll be able to see when you look at My Computer icon, and it'll say OneDrive for HCA. And it creates this local OneDrive directory where you can start to move and store all of your files from the date of your migration. When you go to your online OneDrive directory, the same files are there, and it syncs both locally and online. So if for whatever reason you're traveling and you can't get online, you can go to the local OneDrive directory, make a change to a file, and the next time your laptop is online, whether it be on VPN or in the office on the network, those changes will sync. So all your files are accessible when you're offline. Another advantage to OneDrive is collaboration tools. And you'll start to hear the IT department really encourage departments and teams across the health organization to start to use those collaboration tools. It's important to note that your files are only accessible to you when you set up your personal OneDrive directory. So you have to go and make the change to share those files in order to take advantage of some of these collaboration tools. It allows teams to work on a document in tandem, and there's a chat feature where multiple people can be in a document making changes to it or reviewing it at the same time, and they're chatting in real time about the document. OneDrive offers the ability to track changes, which is important, I know, in our legal department because they have documents that face multiple revisions before they're in their final form. So once again, I encourage you to explore those collaboration tools and as well as take advantage of some of the online training that you'll receive from the Enterprise Exchange team from the corporate office. So next, I'd like to talk about personal folders. You'll sometimes hear them called PST files, which people have been using to store emails offline. They're stored locally on your hard drive. Well, there's a new security policy in place as of July 15th, and PSTs are no longer allowed on the network. They're actually disallowed by a security policy that's enforced when you log on to the network. So your PSD files are read-only now. If you haven't already, please go ahead and import your PSD files under your inbox and move those files. If you have archive folders now and you're getting the message that you can't move emails into those archive folders, that's why. Those files are now read-only. So you can read the files that are in there and forward them, but you can't add anything else to them. So as I said, it's highly encouraged that you either import your PST files under your inbox structure or be aware that those old archive folders will be read-only from now on, and you can start new folders under your inbox. So to review what we've talked about on today's webcast, please go to the Remedy Service Card and submit Office to Office 365 migrations for any employees that need their accounts migrated. Please follow the steps for importing your PST folders into your new Office 365 mailbox if you haven't already done so, and also follow the instructions to set up your online OneDrive directory. If you have questions, you can visit one of our 3 weekly walk-in sessions in room 1100. Those are Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. and Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. And one of our IT support analysts will be happy to walk you through the steps if your account's been migrated and you need help either setting up your OneDrive directory or importing your personal folders into your inbox. So those are the next steps. Thank you for joining the weekly Office 365 webcast this week, and have a good day.